Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
A new wave of migrants at the southern border appears to be causing a flood of people into San Antonio.
Many of them have shown up at the Migrant Resource Center on the city's north side seeking help.
Katrina Weber's there on San Pedro Avenue, not too far from Moab Lake Drive, where that gathering is taking place. What are you seeing there, Katrina?
Well, in a word, Ursula, I'm seeing people and lots of them. Take a look at the crowd here behind me outside this migrant center. Now, I did have a chance to speak to some of the people here, and I found that with every arrival here, there seems to be a story to tell. It appears to be standing and sitting room only, both outside the Migrant Resource Center and on neighboring sidewalks. People seemingly arrived in mass looking for help. Ernesto Lugo is one of them who arrived yesterday after trekking through 6 countries. He left his native Venezuela to be with his cousin in Dallas. He says a mix-up with his bus ticket, which expired, kept him here a day longer than expected. Damian Garcia has no family in the U.S. and is just plain stuck. He says a friend who paid for him to come this far ran out of money. The Migrant Center, run by Catholic Charities, is helping as best it can with things like food and local transportation. By all accounts, this situation is definitely out of the ordinary. Catholic Charities told us this center usually holds about 700 people, but lately they say they're seeing about 750 per day.
I pray every day somebody do something urgent for these people.
Luis Borrego often uses his taxi to shuttle people from the center around town. He says never seen anything like this.
From sleeping in whatever, it's a very, very hard situation.
It seems it's also one that has no easy answers. I did reach out to Catholic Charities. Now, they did issue a written statement last night about the influx of people. I called again this morning to try to get the answer to some follow-up questions, such as what is happening inside the center and how long they expect people to be outside waiting to get help. But so far, that call has not been returned. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Meanwhile, closer to the border in Eagle Pass, the mayor there issuing an emergency declaration.
The influx creating a logjam for services there. But the migrants we spoke with said for them, this is the culmination of 2 to 3 months of travel from Venezuela to the U.S.
¿De dónde vienen? Venezuela. De Venezuela. ¿Qué tan largo el trayecto?
Demasiado. Duro.
¿Cuántos meses? ¿Cuántos días?
2 meses. Yo 2 meses, hermano.
The emergency declaration allows the city of Eagle Pass to request more resources to care for all these migrants, but also some funding to take certain, quote, emergency protective measures, unquote. We're not exactly sure what that is. Border Patrol told KSAT off camera that migrants are being bused to processing centers elsewhere, where they will be interviewed as to whether they can stay.
Outside with live cams, going to look like pretty much most other days, except there are some clouds out there. And that cloud cover means we hadn't even hit 90 yet, and it's already noon. How about that?
It is helping a little bit, David, because we thought we'd be up close to 90 at this point. We're at 86. Clouds have helped this morning. We had some thicker clouds earlier, and that morning cloud deck, the longer it sticks around, the better it is. That's what we always say. Right now, we've got partly cloudy skies as we take you outside. And it's a pretty nice day, rather humid, though. And so that means even though the temperature's below 90, the heat index is not. 91 is what it feels like here in San Antonio. New Braunfels. What is it about New Braunfels? It has been so hot lately. 98 is what it feels like there. The temperature is 91. Seguin feels like 94 there. The humidity will be thick most of the day, so there is going to be a heat index all the way through the afternoon, something you'll want to keep in mind. Thankfully, it is in the 80s there in the hill country, not as bad. And as we look at the heat index here for San Antonio today, we're forecasting 98, which would be put the heat index somewhere around 102. Still very, very summer-like, and we still got to be very careful with this kind of heat. Here's the good news. We've raised the rain chances Monday to 40%. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the computer models. We're going to show those to you. We're going to talk about our rain chances over the weekend and Monday coming up here in just a few minutes. David?
Thank you, Justin. It is still unclear as to whether the relationship between the San Antonio police chief and the Bexar County district attorney is any better. Over the past few weeks, both sides have been blaming the other over why repeat offenders were still on the streets. A recent case has us asking whether the Bexar County DA and San Antonio Police Chief are still divided. Back in December of 2020, Anolfo Cortez was shot and killed as he was driving along Loop 410. A man named Kevin Perez admitted to doing it. Yesterday, he took a plea deal and got a 25-year prison sentence. The victim's family told KSAT that the DA's office told them that case couldn't go to trial because SAPD illegally searched the weapon Perez was carrying. So we asked Police Chief William McManus about that. He says, not true.
I don't know what was said or what wasn't said, but I do know that from a evidentiary standpoint, there was nothing wrong with our handling of that weapon. I don't see any issue, evidentiary or otherwise, with the way we handled this case.
Yesterday, the district attorney released a statement that was very different from what the victim's family says the DA office originally told them. Joe Gonzalez's office says it has no criticism over the San Antonio Police Department's investigation. He also called the relationship between the DA's office and SAPD successful. Still, the victim's family is not happy about Kevin Perez's 25-year sentence because he'll be eligible for parole in 12 and a half years. The Perez family says they were, quote, failed at every level.
Meanwhile, Judge Ron Rangel says he's been involved in informal meetings to figure out why so many criminal cases are not moving forward, as well as why so many repeat offenders are being released from jail. He says his investigation shows the problem is not with the bail system.
I think the parties like to sort of use misnomers to sort of point the finger at each other and point the finger away from each other, but in reality, more than anything, it's a communication within various aspects within the county and the city that need to come together and communicate about how they're going to process these cases efficiently.
Judge Rangel says there are 10,000 cases waiting for formal indictment, leaving the judges to wait to get those cases. Rangel and County Judge Peter Sagai have both said that they're going to be issuing a list of recommendations. It'll be released in a couple of weeks.
Our city thinking about banning oversized vehicles from parking on some city streets overnight. It is not illegal, but some people get frustrated when semi-trucks are parked in non-residential areas. They worry they can get into the way of potential emergencies. Some businesses have to give up their parking lots to make room for the truckers throughout the night. So the city is thinking of creating a ban between 2 in the morning and 6 a.m. to help clear the streets. A big honor for a Dallas Cowboy, thanks to Micah Mayhem. Coming up.
Hispanic leaders in tech are coming together here in San Antonio. How they're hoping to inspire more diversity in the tech industry.
The big give still happening. You only have a few hours left to participate by donating to the causes that matter to you. Looking at the leaderboard, SJRC Texas at the top. That's an organization that helps children and families that have been affected by trauma or abuse. You can donate to many nonprofits all around town. All you have to do is go to thebiggivesa.org.
More than 350 local students getting new career training grants to the tune of $500,000. Lytle and Judson ISDs, as well as Palo Alto College, among the 42 districts and colleges awarded money. $44,000 sent to Lytle will help cover culinary training. Judson will be getting nearly $255,000 to help train future industrial engineers. Another $254,000 is going to Palo Alto to train some of those students on information technology. The total $11 million distributed through these grants will be covering equipment costs for job training programs.
For Hispanic Heritage Month, a company in San Antonio is highlighting connecting and celebrating Latinx founders in tech.
Tiffany Huertas with why their journey into the tech world is being shared across the state.
We'll be highlighting Latino and Latina-led tech companies here, primarily from San Antonio, but from all over throughout the state.
The 6th annual Latinx in Tech Summit is taking place today, presented by Capital Factory and Geekdom.
Not only have we historically seen a change in diversity here in tech, but we've also seen an incredible amount of critical mass that's been growing.
The event happening at Capital Factory, a co-working and office space for entrepreneurs located at the Bowen Center at Techport.
We're excited to be able to bring amazing tech founders that have started companies within the last 10 years.
Luis Martinez with Capital Factory says last year about 80 people participated. He says this event gives tech professionals an opportunity to share their journey.
Our keynote event today, we're going to have an incredible, successful founder, Pilo Gonzalez, who founded an incredible tech company here in San Antonio. He came to San Antonio, graduated from UTSA. He's from Mexico.
Martinez says San Antonio has a long history of Latinos in technology, and they hope to continue highlighting their accomplishments and connecting them to opportunities.
There's a community of folks that are building tech companies, being Latinos all over the United States, but particularly here in San Antonio and here in Texas.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Once again, live cam showing us some clouds. See, that's at least encouraging, because you see clouds and you think, ooh, maybe one day there'll be some rain in those clouds.
You know, actually this morning, I will say it sort of looked like it was going to rain. There were some dark skies out there, but
sort of, kind of, maybe.
Sort of, kind of. I was wishful. It was wishful.
It was wishful.
I'll admit it.
Listen, there is some hope, though, in the forecast. I'm going to show you the drought monitor. That doesn't look so good, but maybe we can help the drought a little bit as we get into next week. That is the hope. The aquifer stayed steady today. It's at 628.8. In your pollen count, there's 4 there. Molds are dropping, but fall elm is on its way up. It's at 80 today. Ragweed and pigweed are both low. Yes, we will look at the drought index, and we'll look at rain chances, too. That's coming up.
Fall on the calendar, 2 days away. And SA Live is feeling autumn vibes. I even wore a little pumpkin spice fragrance today.
She's dressed like she's ready for fall.
That's right. And we are going to have a succulent good time.
Ooh.
That's right. So we want to know, what's the perfect fall temperature? Scan that QR code and let us know. There are the choices: 50 or below, 80, sorry, Avery, 80 or above, okay? And right now, everyone's kind of weighing in at 65. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I was going to say 65, 70 is a nice San Antonio fall day.
After this summer, I'm going 50 or below. I'm tired of this cold.
That's true. If we wish, it's like wishing for the moon, right? We might land somewhere in between.
And Justin and I, you know, we think that it's 50 or below in the studio every day. So we're getting fall every day in here.
That's right. So scan that QR code, weigh in, and you may see your answer in the show.
All right. Thank you, Fiona.
It gets below 80 and Justin thinks it's fall. It's like, it's cold in here.
He's a Texas boy.
You two are just
born and raised.
Y'all are just.
I admit it. I'm kind of weird when it comes to temperatures. I like a little bit warmer, but I know that's out of the norm. You know, I wrote a story once on what's like the perfect room temperature, and I can't remember what it is. I want to say it's like 72 or something.
I thought it was 72.
I think that is that's where people are.
But at night it should be 65.
Oh, okay.
Now we're talking.
I don't disagree with that. We're ready for some nights where we wake up in the mornings crisp and cool. We're not there yet, but we do think we'll have some fronts headed our way. I want to first start with the drought monitor. And this comes in every Thursday. We know what we're looking at here, that it's exceptional drought for San Antonio and in the Hill Country. Extreme drought for pretty much everyone else except the southwestern part of our viewing area, which has actually gotten some rain, is in good shape. But the exceptional drought is stretching now towards Houston and Louisiana. It's really gaining territory each week that we show this. And there's really, we've got some rain in the forecast, okay? So yes, I do think this is gonna help some. You see where the rain will fall. This is through Monday, but it's not gonna be enough. I mean, this is gonna take a lot of time to get back to where we need to be. Now, as we move into more of an El Nino pattern, it could happen over the next couple of years, but this has been a long-term drought and it has taken its toll. That's kind of the bottom line here. And as we look at the long-term drought, we have spent now more than 744 consecutive days that at least some part of South Central Texas has been in a drought. You've got to go back to early September 2021 when the entire area was drought free. And since that point, it has just been hard to come by when we're talking about rainfall. So with that in mind, where's our rain chances coming up? I think we have a very small chance tomorrow, but I wouldn't bank on that. Sunday, maybe late in the day, some storms, but it's going to be Monday, I think Monday afternoon, where we're going to have our opportunity to get some showers and storms tracking through. As we go outside for you right now, it is partly cloudy. Those morning clouds stay around a little while. That's helped with temperatures. 86 right now, but it feels like 91. 91 in New Braunfels feels like 98. That's a big-time heat index. Bernie, 84, feels like 86. Not as bad there. As we look at the satellite picture, still have some of those clouds holding on. It does appear, though, that they are thinning out quickly. So we'll go mostly sunny this afternoon. There are a few high clouds drifting across the hill country, but nothing that is bringing any rain. 91 LaGrange, 92 Victoria, 94 in Katua, 90 in Del Rio. Pretty uniform numbers here, and that's the case here across Bexar County as well. Dew points, pretty uniform, but high. We've still got dew points in the 70s. That's in the oppressive category, and that's why those heat index values you are seeing are so extreme. Further east you go, the higher the numbers will be. We have thicker humidity taking shape east of town. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 97 at 4 o'clock, 98 at 5 p.m., 96 at 6 p.m. We've got mostly clear skies tonight. We dip into the 80s, 81 at midnight, 81 at 1 a.m. No 60s or 50s in the forecast yet. Here's a look at our forecast. High pressure starts to push west. I mentioned tomorrow there's that small chance of a shower. That's going to be along the coast. It's not a great shot. I think most of it stays east of San Antonio. Saturday evening, some storms across central Texas. Maybe a few get close to Del Rio. Still not moving in here to San Antonio. But as we get into Sunday, here we go. We've got some chances, some small chances starting to drift in, and it's Monday as the storm system drops north to south into the area that I think we could get some thunderstorms, maybe even a few strong thunderstorms. It's a little early to say that just yet. Something to watch by late on Monday, and that again is our highest rain chance. It also brings down temperatures some. Upper 90s until then, and then 95 Monday. We go a little cooler Tuesday and Wednesday, 92, 94, overnight lows in the low 70s. So we're getting closer, just not quite there to that optimum temperature, guys.
My air conditioner thanks you.
Yes. The best defense in the NFL, just about ready to get better. We'll explain that coming up. And C.J. Stroud coming off his best game as a pro, but still looking for that first win as a pro.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Congratulations to Dallas Cowboys star linebacker Micah Parsons, only 2 weeks into the season, and he has been named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week after the havoc he wreaked on the New York Jets offense. Parsons had 4 total tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 1 pass defense, 4 quarterback hits. He caused a fumble and then recovered it. This marks Parsons' 3rd career Player of the Week. He is the 3rd Cowboys linebacker to win it 3+ times, joining DeMarcus Ware, who won it 4 times, and Sean Lee, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Week winner. And some more good news for the Cowboys and their number 1 ranked defense is close to getting back safety Donovan Wilson. He was able to go through a full practice for the first time this season yesterday. He's been out since hurting a calf during training camp and is close to suiting up in a game. The 2-0 Cowboys getting ready for the 0-2 Arizona Cardinals. Now, Arizona has dropped their 2 games by only a total of 7 points, so their record may not reflect how they are playing. The Cowboys are favored to win, though, by 12 Sunday in Arizona.
Feel like, times like this when you're 2-0, you got the hype around the team. Things can get out of whack, and, people can let that self-confidence lead them into some stuff that they don't need to be in. And, you just need to make sure we maintain our focus on the Cardinals this week and, go in there and do what we do.
You got to make sure that mind is right. Offensive lineman Tyler Smith limited with a hamstring, and wideout Brandon Cooks limited with a knee injury so far this week. Houston Texans rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud coming off a record game for him. The Texans still lost to the Colts, so 31-20. They're now 0-2 on the season. Stroud finished with 384 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, all behind an O-line that were missing 4 starters. So what is he looking to do better heading into their game with the Jaguars Sunday at noon?
It's cool to play good, but, if you don't win, it really don't matter. So, and for me, I had plays where I feel like we didn't win because of me. I got to be better, you know what I mean? And I got to look myself in the mirror and not point fingers, and that's something I would never do. But for me, like, I got to lead my guys better. I got to do everything better so we can win.
He's going to get that win pretty soon. He was limited in practice this week, though, so far with a right shoulder, but says he is okay. Hey, Texas State football Bobcats wrapping up its non-conference schedule Saturday. They will host Nevada at 6 o'clock. This after the Bobcats beat Jackson State 77-34. They scored their most points in a game in over 100 years. Their offense is ranked 12th in the country in scoring. Their defense leads the country in tackles for loss. Coach Kenny was asked, what's the focus this week?
Yeah, I think, obviously on both sides of the ball and on special teams, there's things that we can clean up and do a better job of. I think we left a couple of touchdowns out there on offense, and then defensively, just have to do their job. That's what I'm telling them every day is just, hey, do your job. One play at a time. You do that, good things will happen.
And those Bobcats are 2-1. That is their best start since 2013. That's going to be a good game this weekend, though.
It is. A lot of good football.
Yeah.
Okay, an astronaut ended up having to extend his trip into the cosmos by 6 more months. What he's saying about the year-long journey and the challenges that he may face when he finally does return to Earth.
And the number of migrant crossings the southern border is spiking. A look at some of the reasons why that might be happening right now. That's coming up in the next half hour.